you're most welcome to the NILEcast on West Nile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day. Every day, my name is Akumuringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines. In the headlines today, our city leaders disagree over road fund allocation.
Erroneous and with malicious, which I protested and I rejected to be part of this work plan approval.
Heavy downpour leaves flooded Gulu Regional Referral Hospital.
The drainage system is where the biggest challenge is. It is narrow.
And financial institutions of the West Nile tipped on funding environmentally sustainable initiatives. This and more in the NILEcast News Bulletin.
So basically, we are making them investment ready to go and deploy these finances in terms of financing these investments which don't destroy the environment.
A warm welcome to you, viewer, and you're most welcome to the NILEcast on West Nile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. The Central Division Member of Parliament, Honorable Atima Lee Jackson, has criticized the chairperson Arua City Roadman Committee together with the city engineer and town clerk for unfairly allocating money for the road maintenance for Arua Central Division under the Uganda Road Fund. The chairperson City Road Commission, Honorable Feta Godfrey, refuted the allegation, saying that the work plan for the roads to be worked on using the road fund was approved by the division member of Parliament. Dennis Saringi reports.
The allocation of funds for road maintenance under Uganda Road Fund has become a subject of controversy in the newly created West Nile regional city of Arua, with the two divisions of Aivu and Central. Arua Central Division Member of Parliament Jackson Lee Atima Buti has expressed his disappointment over the road fund allocation for Arua City's road maintenance. The discontent stems from what he believes to be unfair distribution of funds between the two divisions in the city.
The office of town clerk and the engineer decided with the chairman of the road committee to allocate unfairly the monies that we received. The 3 quarters of the financial year which closed, by that time we received 500 million. And then there was the last quarter which ended in June. We received the extra 300 million, but making the total of 800 million. But the allocation of this 500 million was not fairly done, which I protested in our meeting.
Atima questioned how Aivu East constituency, which is not an administrative unit, has been factored in as one of the beneficiaries of the road fund.
The two divisions of Aivu Division and Central Division are administrative units that are set by the government for service delivery. I protested the method and the procedure of allocating this money based by constituency, because those are not service delivery points. Service delivery points are the divisions which should have been Central Division and Aivu Division. Looking at constituency as service delivery points was wrong. 2, the allocation of giving 58 million to Central Division, 180 to Aivu East, 180 to Aivu West was erroneous and with malicious, which I protested and I rejected to be part of this work plan approval.
Geoffrey Feta, the road committee chairperson, also the constituency member of Parliament Aivu East, says the allocation were done after the assessments by the city engineer, and asked the road committee that he chairs was only to adopt the reports and that the roads in his division are significantly longer than those in Arua Central. This justifies the larger share of funds for Aivu East and West.
We selected a number of roads. In Central Division, we selected 35 roads. In Aivu West constituency, we selected about 11 to 12 roads. In Aivu East constituency, we selected about 13 roads. So these roads, the cost of doing a road depends, 1, on the state of the road, 2, on the distance of the road.
These allocations seem to be in proportion to the length of the roads to be maintained, as argued by the area member of Parliament for Aivu East.
In Central, we have very main roads, but they are short because of their nature. There are those roads which are 0.3 kilometers, there are those which are 0.5 kilometers, there are those which are 0.8 kilometers. I think the maximum is about 2 or 3 kilometers. And those short roads, we have selected 35 of them.
This money we are using, the 800 million that came the last financial year, is the IPF of the former Arua Municipal Council. And this money should have been actually used in Arua Municipal, which is Central Division. But Central Division has been deprived by having 18 kilometers of road.
Now, I have heard of this argument of some people that the cost of money which was spent in the center was small. A lot of money was spent in the east or in the west. I think this is a lack of sense. A road is a public good. You do not drive on a road based on which constituency you come from. It is a very minute argument by people who don't have proper political binoculars.
The Uganda Road Fund Act of 2008 stipulates that the fund may be applied for routine and periodic maintenance of public roads, road safety activities including erection of signposts, operational expenses of the authority, administrative expenses of the fund.
The committee is given mandate to guide, to manage on how road fund is operated. Yeah, the road committee, they sit and they agree, and at times there are disagreements. You get the point? There are disagreements, but we have two divisions. We have Central Division to answer your question right. We have the Central Division and we have what they call Ayivu City Division. So we have two divisions.
According to reports, Ayivu East and West constituencies received a substantial sum of 180 million shillings each in the first release of Uganda Road Fund meant for road maintenance. Additionally, Ayivu East received 214 million shillings for road network spanning 64.6 kilometers, while Ayivu West was allocated 172 million shillings for its 51.8 kilometer road network in the second release. In contrast, Arua Central Division received a significant smaller sum of 58 million shillings in the first release and only 87 million shillings for 18-kilometer road in the second release. Dennis Oringi, West Nile Television, Nilecast.
And more in our stories. A heavy rain downpour left a section of the medical ward in Gulu Regional Referral Hospital with flooding, forcing patients and caretakers to share beddings. According to some caretakers, these paralyzed the routine checkup of the patients by medical personnel for hours as caretakers struggled to drive out the water from their yards. Stephen Okello reports.
Imagine taking a nap under a patient bed in the hospital ward and suddenly you start getting wet before realizing it was raining outside. Christina Raj, a caretaker at Gulu Regional Referral Hospital, explained how this with the flooded medicine ward. The story of the flooded hospital ward at Gulu Regional Referral Hospital went viral on social media after one of the caretakers took a shot and shared something which generated a lot of debates on social media.
I would say maybe there was substantial work, or the work was not fully well finished, because if there was good plan for the water flow, then this would have not happened.
Florence Lalam, woman councillor Gulu City, says the political wing in Gulu City do not have representation in the administration of the hospital. According to Lalam, the hospital administration is currently operating in the expense of the community.
And this is very, very bad in a situation where people are sick and they are supposed to have a conducive environment for treatment and for recovery. It is also unfortunate at the same time, Gulu Regional Referral Hospital does not have a representative at the council. Council does not have a representative that has been sent to Gulu Regional Referral Hospital because they have their rules and regulations which stipulates that local government is not supposed to be part of their board.
However, when contacted, Walter Onagyu, the principal hospital administrator, Gulu Regional Referral Hospital, says the flood was due to poor drainage system, which failed to safely drive water from the new OPD ward, leaving water to enter into the medical ward.
The drainage system is where the biggest challenge is. It is narrow, and then with the new construction of the female ward, the maternity ward, a lot of water flows downwards. The maternity ward is a flat, which carries a very big mass of water, and there is a slanting approach. The medical ward is in a slope. So that has, in a way, impacted negatively in the sense of flooding.
Walter says the hospital has taken immediate actions to rectify the problems.
We're trying to widen and also raise a block to ensure the water does not access the ward again. But it is something that worries the whole hospital management because it can lead to electrocution, it can lead to the trauma, the embarrassment. We are working on it. We request to be given some little time and the team can finish that part of the drainage system.
Most of the comment on social media point at the negligence from both political leaders in Gulu City and the hospital administrators over the current state of the hospital. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories, farmers seeking for agricultural loans for financing projects termed to be promoting and protecting the environment are set to benefit from the Green Finance Fund worth shillings 120 billion. This revelation was made during a training of staffs of financial institutions about the kinds of investment that qualify for loans since the funds are accessed through these institutions. Farish Majid reports.
Employees of financial institutions in West Nile sub-region yesterday got trained on giving out loans to fund projects that can promote a sustainable environment through the Green Finance Fund. This was during a workshop organized by the Agricultural Business Initiative in Arua City that attracted over 150 employees of banks, SACCOs and microfinance institutions that give out loans to fund different projects, of which some can be dangerous to the environment. 124 billion Ugandan shillings is currently available under the Green Finance Fund, ready to be dispersed to the financial institutions as loans to fund environmentally sustainable projects. Willie Moses, the investment manager of Green Growth and Business Development Services at Agricultural Business Initiative, says that they saw it important to first train the employees of financial institutions on what projects that qualify for the loans.
We saw that it's prudent to train the staff of financial institutions such that as their management comes to pick this money in terms of lines of credit or the green guarantees, the staff are aware of the investments that we need them to fund. So basically we are making them investment ready to go and deploy these finances in terms of financing these investments which don't destroy the environment. Because we know that currently we have a problem of climate change, and this is coming as a result of some of the clients having investments or projects that destroy the environment.
Bob Alinda, an associate trainer with the Uganda Institute of Banking and Financial Services, says that they target the financial institutions since some of the farmers may be lacking knowledge of accessing the loans to fund some of the environmentally sustainable projects.
Especially, that's why you see we're targeting financial institutions. And we're telling them that, look here, out there are many people actually who are interested in being financed in projects that actually are environmentally friendly. For example, look at many people in Arua when they harvest maize, they are sun drying it on the ground. Yet if you come to a financial institution, they could actually finance you to get a solar dryer. And the solar dryer helps you dry this maize in half the time. Moreover, in a clean and friendly manner. So you find that the maize is going to be dried in a solar dryer, no stones, it dries quickly. We've been looking at challenges of aflatoxins right now in terms of storage and all that. So all these are going to be addressed.
Meanwhile, some of the representatives from the financial institutions shared the experiences of the training.
The training has been so good for me, but I think it is going to be best for my clients, given the fact that Post Bank has already a name in agriculture financing. We already have accreditations because of financing agriculture and its value chain. FBI having brought forward green financing to our knowledge, it is something that has already been in existence. We have been doing it, but we had not done it exactly how it is being trained to us today.
In line with this training, the benefit we are getting, we are going to widen our market. We are going to create awareness of the existing product that our partner ABI is creating for us. And we know once we scale down this product, as we said, it employs masses. Agribusiness is the backbone. We have been doing it not at a high standard, but we know we are going to improve.
Financial institutions can play a great role in averting some of the climate change concerns, for instance, through giving loans to fund projects that can preserve and protect the environment only. Farish Majid, West Nile TV Nalcast.
And more in our stories, non-governmental payroll teachers in Ajah sub-county who are also residents in the area are sacrificing themselves to teach students in Anyanya Primary School without any payment. The Arua District LC5 chairperson Honorable Alfred Okonzi has urged the stakeholders to ensure that the school should not collapse again, but rather should be progressive. Osuta Yusuf reports. Non-government payroll teachers of Ajah sub-county who are also residents of the area are sacrificing themselves to teach Anyanya Primary School without payment. Anyanya Primary School, with a year 2023 enrollment of 318 pupils from Primary 1 to Primary 5, has a total of 8 teachers, out of which 3 are volunteer teachers. Our District Secretary for Works and Social Services, Honorable Luigi Chandini, thanked the volunteer teachers, adding that he is disappointed in some of the teachers they recruit in the district who, after getting the appointment letters, they are not committed to their work.
It depends. Me at times when we are doing recruitment and then we abandon somebody who is capable, and others whom we recruit, they are not doing the work. Others we recruit, they are not doing the work. The teachers who just come here, they become very teachers. So thank you for this introduction. Otherwise, I appreciate all what you are doing.
Charles Orema, the resident of the area, explained that eradicating ignorance is the reason why he decided to be a volunteer teacher at Anyanya Primary School.
These are my own people, and I want to eradicate backwardness in them. That's what has inspired me to come here.
Assistant Chief Administrative Officer Ali Jimmy decried the behavior of some staffs in Arua district, whom he said just want to earn salaries without working.
Many times we have challenges with some of our staff. Some staff just want to earn a salary, but they don't want to work. That one should not be our thinking. These are our own children.
Following the reviving of the school after it collapsed some years back, the Arua District LC5 chairperson, Honorable Alfred Okonzi, urged all stakeholders to ensure that the school should not collapse again, but rather should be progressing. He pledged to boost the human resource capital by sending more teachers into the school.
I would like to remark that now that the school has been revived, it is now government aided. This school should not collapse. It should not be closed again. It must be taken to another level, as my cow rightly said. Okay? This school was in the bad books of the district when there was only one teacher who was also a head teacher and a classroom teacher. And on the account there was UPE sitting. it was raising eyebrows, not only at district level, at national, but also at national level. So we had to make sure with the office of DSO and RDC, this issue was to be addressed until an understanding came. So, you know, this school is to the extreme end of the district. The last end of the district. It is you to map up the school, to put the school on the map of the district. How can you do that? By producing very good results. How can you do that? By making sure that your presence is seen by the community members already here. 8 teachers and teaching 300 children. 318. Now divide this 318 by 8. It gives you the number of learners taught by a teacher. And then compare it to the national standard. The national standard says one teacher must teach up to 50. So for you to stand a better chance, you have to increase the number of learners in this school. You have to, so that more teachers are posted here.
There are 8 teachers at Anyanya Primary School, though a senior woman teacher and another male teacher who were not present at the school by the time of compiling this story. Osuta Yusuf and Okumuringa Christine for West Nile Television, Nilecast. And more in our stories. Christians at Kalongo Catholic Parish in Agago District are asking the government to compensate for the vandalized CT scan by the National Resistance Army soldier Dr. Kusipe Ambrosoli in 1987. According to the locals, if the government compensates the CT scan machine, it will go a long way in fulfilling the dream of the now blessed Dr. Kusipuri the now blessed Dr. Kusipe Ambrosoli, who sacrificed his life to save the lives of the poor in the remote Kalongo village. Stephen Okello reports.
While celebrating the first anniversary of blessed Dr. Kusipe Ambrosoli, a Roman Catholic priest and a medical doctor who died 36 years ago trying to save life of the poor community in Agago District, Christian at Kalongo Catholic Parish is requesting government to compensate the computerized tomography scan machines, the CTC scans, which was destroyed by NRA when they were taking over Okello Titulu Twa government.
I'm appealing to the government that please give this machine, replace this machine so that Kalongo Hospital goes back to its glory where Ambrosoli was trying to drive it to. Because we know very well that without our machines, the hospital will not be functioning well. There must be a machine that helps the doctor to identify the diseases.
Quinto Ward says NRA ordered blessed Dr. Kusipe Ambrosoli together with medical personnel and patients to evacuate Kalongo, forcing him to leave the CT scan machines behind.
He was not given time. They were told to load what they have. And the vehicle, the CT scan was brought out to be loaded. But it was loaded. The vehicle was already full. So what happened is that CT scan was left behind when Ambrosoli left.
According to Quinto, the death of blessed Dr. Kusipe Ambrosoli was motivated by the loss of these CT scan machines.
They set fire on these machines and other things. So, being set fire on, Ambrosoli was really so unhappy about this machine, which he had just brought. That machine was not yet even installed. It was not yet even used. So Ambrosoli was so much disappointed. And then only about 1 week when they went to Lira and later went to Kampala, he fell sick and died.
Alexander Charles Okiri, Councillor 5, representing the people of Lira Kato sub-county in Agago district, says this CT scan will not only support the community of Agago district, but also those coming from the neighboring district.
Kalongo Hospital does not only support the people of Agago, it supports Kitgum, support Pade district, and also a beam and other areas. That means if the services are improved in Kalong Hospital, definitely not only the community of Agago will benefit.
The State Minister for Northern Uganda, Grace Freedom Kuyuchwin, ordered Agago District Health officers to categorically put the request of these locals in writings to enable her to push for the matter to the relevant authority in government.
I would like it to be backed by report from the DHO. I don't know whether he is here. Because the chairman, organizing committee, Uwechulema Paul, I can take it and write, but the DHO should give the details. The clear details of what is required in that general hospital. So that we can back it up and Miu report Bank Minister Michael, Manwa Miu report Bank President.
Father Ambrosoli came to Uganda in 1956. While at Gulu, he moved to Kalongo and founded the then Kalongo Hospital, which is now Dr. Ambrosoli Memorial Hospital, that gained reputation of excellency for almost 31 years until 1987. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories. 20 people are being confirmed dead after a boat they were traveling in capsized in Lake Victoria on Wednesday morning. The boat is said to have been traveling from Kalangala district heading to Kaseni landing site in Entebbe when it failed to negotiate heavy winds on the lake in the night and capsized. Kampala Metropolitan Police spokesperson Patrick Onyango said the boat was carrying 34 people when it capsized.
Welcome for the sports news with me, Owen Ezaga, your sports reader. And starting with the big stories right today, Onduparaka Football Club have appointed Samson Sizokuti as their new head coach. Samson Sizokuti, who is the current head coach of the West Nile Province team, has a task to deliver at Onduparaka Football Club after his unveiling yesterday. Drabe Godfrey, the public relations and marketing of Onduparaka Football Club, explains the reason why Samson Cesar Okuti has been hired. Let's have more.
Finally today, we unveiled Samson Cesar Okuti as our head coach for Onduparaka Football Club. We had so many coaches in the line that we aligned to take over the coaching reign of the club. And one of the things we looked at was also to check within West Nile to see if coaches that we can be able to hire, that we can give them a platform to prove themselves, that they can be able to do something. We looked around and then eventually we met a few coaches and looking at our ambition and what we want to take over this season, want to make an immediate return to the Uganda Premier League. So when we met Sizo Kuti and we explained what we wanted, and he accepted that he can be able to take the team back to Uganda Premier League. So it's basing on that confidence that we got from him, and also the support that we are going to give him to perform. So we have hired him on a 1-year renewable contract, taking in consideration that if he performs well, he should continue to go back to school and get his CAF B to manage the team in the top tier league. So that is the decision we have taken as a management. It's a decision that we are going to rely on. It's not a speculation. It's not a one-man's decision. It's a strong decision that we have taken as a management of the club to ensure we give Sizo Kuti the reign as head coach. We know Sizo Kuti has not coached in that elite league, that on his own, but he worked at Arohe. We believe him working at a team that played in a top tier league and also being the head coach of West Nile Province team should be able to give him confidence, and as confidence that we should trust him. Why want somebody within this? You also want to give a marketing platform. If we have players that are from West Nile, if we have players from Aru, why can't we give a head coach job to somebody who has been with us before? So we also want to encourage those other players that they should work hard and ensure that whatever Caesar is doing should not be for season. That should be for them to learn, also to be at a higher level in terms of football coaching.
And still more in our local stories. In the stories that we have today, Arua Hill Sports Club and Busoga United have been temporarily suspended from the Star Times Uganda Premier League 2023-2024 by the Federation Committee. The two will not be included in the draft fixture of the Star Times Uganda Premier League as they seek to appeal for the decision by the FUFA Club Licensing Committee. FUFA's move to exclude Arua Hill Sports Club and Busoga United from the 2023-24 Star Times Uganda Premier League has aroused a lot of debate. The Federation has given the team 7 days ultimatum for the two teams to fulfill what they missed to fulfill or be dumped to the Star Times to the FUFA Big League. And now in other stories, and probably the last story on our card, Manchester United have completed the signing of Ramson Holland. Ramson Holland reportedly completed his Manchester United medical on Tuesday evening, with the forward set to officially sign his contract with the Red Devils on Wednesday. The 20 times champions, English champions, have reached an agreement and a full agreement with Atlanta over a deal for the Denmark international over the weekend. Holland was not involved in Atlanta's pre-season friendly with Bournemouth on Saturday, amidst suggestions that United were on the verge of securing his signature. With that marks the end of our sports news today. Stay tuned for more of the programs.
Thank you, Owen Azaga, for the sports news and the sports update. And with that, viewer, we've come to the end of the NILEcast on West Nile Television. Thank you so much for being with us from the beginning of the NILEcast to the end of the NILEcast, only on West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Okumringa Christine. Have a good day.